Hey, hotties. Hey, hotties. Welcome back. I asked on my Instagram if anyone wanted to hear me speak about anything on the podcast, and someone said, dealing with negativity in the world. Most people are driven by fear. So the person that asks themselves maybe how to deal with negativity in the world is probably someone who aims to keep their head up, maybe is awake and just vibrating at a higher frequency than most people, because that's the reality of this life. Most people, it's just easier to be that way. It's the easy way. What I would say to someone who's seeking that, and also the things that I tell myself, I will share. So number one, mindset. It's all mind games. And it is a daily practice. It is a daily practice. It must be a daily practice if you want to stay consistent with staying up. And what I would say on mindset specifically is everyone is only looking at a mirror of themselves. Because one person can look at one thing and say, oh, that is off. That's not it. Another person can look at that same thing and say, oh, that's everything. That's stunning. This did wonders for me. How someone sees you has everything to do with them. It's the simple fact that their response says something about them, not you. Anyone who loves truly, who just has real love, genuine, authentic, unconditional love, is not going to judge someone in a harsh way. They're not going to, because they see that is just love, and they see that love comes in all forms. It comes down to respect too, when you love truly. Respect for where anyone's at. Even if you disagree with it, that's a big one. Even if you disagree with it. So it's like, why would you bring yourself down to the level that other people are at when clearly you don't see the way that they see? Because if you match them and match their energy, then I guess you see the way that they see. But if you don't, it shouldn't matter to you that much. Because it has nothing to do with you. Okay, dealing with negativity. Are you looking at something with ungrateful eyes or grateful eyes? Because you can let life pull you down. You can let these lows pull you down. But is that really cherishing the gift? It's all blessings or blessings in disguise. So even the lows, even the struggle, even the terrible things that happen in this world, it's so necessary. It's necessary. It's part of the story. It's part of the ride. It's what makes a ride. It's what makes a story. And as I kind of said in my last video, what you need to make it through this roller coaster is trust. Trusting the highs, trusting the lows, trusting the ride. Because I think it was designed to give you a beautiful experience. And it has to have, it's part of the thrill. Why do you play video games? Why do you go see a movie that has up and downs? Why do you play like physical games or sports? Or why are people so invested in things that have the ups and the downs? It's because I think we also crave that, because there's so much joy in that. There's growth there. There's newness there. There's joy there. And that mirrors life. If you really want to stay up, you're going to have to distance yourself from some environments. because there are a lot of toxic environments out there that are bringing your vibration down, your frequency down. We got alchemy all day, right? We got that all day. We can pull that out whenever we need it. But that is just so much extra work. If you're in a really, I don't even want to say negative environment, because depending on who you are, even me, there are environments that aren't even necessarily so clearly toxic. It's just, there's fakeness. And really that is heavy. It's just felt. And with some people more intensely, people who feel a lot. And so people who aren't like, the higher you vibe, the smaller your tribe. It can become heavier. And it's like, why be in that environment when I maybe have found my people, or some of them, or when I know I can be in places or around your close circle where it doesn't feel like that. There's not that fakeness. There's not that, or drama. It's a big one. A lot of pain, because hurt people. So, and that, and a lot of people project, another thing. So they could be saying one thing, but their tone is saying something completely different. And that's when you got to get the fuck out of there. Because if you're an empath, give it a label or don't. Some of y'all know how I feel about labels, but they have a place, okay? But just to bring it back to oneness, that's why I like to say that. I always bring it back to oneness in conversations with a lot of topics, because that's so important in so many people. Real quick side note, the second we throw out terms and words, it's just I think in our nature to like identify and like box people in this fucking, unless you're actively telling yourself and saying it's like, and thinking there's more to that person than this term. Even if someone labels themselves like, oh, I only do this kind of music, like there's more to you than that, you know? Maybe more people do lean on this side or the other side when it comes to whatever you're talking about, but we're multifaceted beings. How will you reach growth and peace and your goals maybe, or just a healthy and happy life, when you're constantly surrounded by negativity, fake people, toxic environments? It's not going to happen. That when that's your life, that affects you heavily. We could alchemize all day, right? But there are people out there who are happier, who are more joyous, who do the work, who work on keeping their head up. There are healthy environments to be in, healthy mindsets to have. Most people don't make these jumps because it's not the easy way. But all of those reasons should make that jump worthwhile. And the last thing I'll mention on mindset, unless we talk about it more, is gratitude, which I think I touched on a little bit ago. But what can you smile about today? What can you be grateful for right now? What is something that you now have that you once wanted? Is your best friend still alive? Are your parents still alive? Are you alive? When you get specific like that, your mood can take a 180. Do you have access to positive environments? Do you have access to a pen and paper where you can express yourself? Some people don't. And that hurts to even think about if I didn't have that, because life is so much better when I have that practice. I enjoy it, and I know it's how I want to spend good chunk of my time. How can you turn this negativity around? Call it alchemy, call it bouncing back. When you got things to do, you don't have time to let things bring you down. You can't have things weighing you down because that's going to slow you down. You want to know something funny? I actually touched on all of the things that I wanted to touch on. Mindset, environments, people. Overall, like the biggest things is gratitude. But everyone throws around that word. Be grateful, but get specific. Get specific. Is there a favorite place that you still get to go that you've gone to since you were a kid? Is your favorite tree still up? Because one of mine, I don't know if I would say favorite, but definitely a very significant tree of mine is no longer. But there are many trees in the world, and I have so many other, they're all my favorite. See, and that's alchemy, what I was getting to next. Gratitude, be grateful, for the people in your life, your cousins, your brother, your grandmother. Do you still get to talk to her? You better talk to her. That needed a pause. Alchemy. Turning the moment into gold. Especially when you really need to. If it's a really low moment, or it's really hitting you, it's really kind of bringing you down. Or maybe someone you passed by, or an interaction that you had, or something, or it's work related and it's something heavy that's weighing on you that you need to transform, that you need to say, how can I make this work for me right now? How can I turn this into gold? How can I let this make me, not let this break me? What can I do to learn from this? What is the universe teaching me right now? How can I grow from this? It can become a game. It can become fun. Like, how am I growing from this? This is a gift. Even if it looks like it's a blessing in disguise. So you are being gifted. Something is being given to you. But it looks like it's not. It didn't come dressed up in pretty sparkles. It didn't come with butterflies flying out of it and sparkly and sunny. It is all always in your favor. My camera just overheated. Can someone tell me a camera that doesn't overheat? Because that's kind of huge to me. Anyway, I know it's big to other people, but I'm like, that's up there. That's up there. Sony's got a problem. But someone mentioned to me that Canon also had. Anyway, everything is perfect. It's all a gift. It's all blessings, or blessings in disguise. Peace and love, hotties. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the comments, if I get any on this video. Love you, hotties.